if you don't know, I'm coming from Belgium. I'm actually working for a testing company in France. I'm the vice president of this company and head of this company. I'm also the vice president of the CFTL, which is the French testing board of the ISTQB, and I'm in the testing business for about 16 years. And the presentation today, Who Killed MyProd, needs a little bit of makeup and accessories, so just one extra second of your time so as to make the... There we go, so that won't be long. Okay, let's start the show. Thank you very much. I've been spending the night with my good old friends Jim Beam and Jack Daniels, and I was in bed for what seems to me like a minute when the phone rang. It was Vanessa, the little chick from the feds, with a nice position and good advantage in nature. If she called me in the middle of the night, there must be only one reason. Something very weird happened in downtown. Usually, Microsoft Lane is a quiet place. No murder, no problem, only geeks. So what could have happened? As awoken as I could be, I figured out in a minute what was going on. I was living 30 minutes drive from the center of the town. I said to Vanessa, well, give me 5 minutes and I'll be there. You have the reputation to be quick, she said. Well, not sure it was a compliment. Whatever. When I arrived on the crime scene, every ingredient for a good police movie were there. A fantastic set, made of steel and glass, blinking in neon lights like 100 Christmas trees. The usual fair bunch of experts with their white blouses, Q-tips, X-rays, UV rays, and all these kind of blinking machines that cost a lot of money. Of course, corpse, dead bodies, perfect lethal weapon, everything was there. And the flock of curious guys looking for blood and murder. In the middle of the people, I spotted little Jimmy Boy. That guy sat on my nap more than often when his father and me were just in police, long ago. So I went to Jimmy Boy and said, hey, who are these guys there, crying? Oh, the guys with white collars and expensive suits, he said. These are the shareholders, crying over their dead future. Mm-hmm. Keep them away, I said. Only one ingredient was missing there, and this was the culprit. But this was my job, wasn't it? So I crossed the yellow line and entered the scene. As soon as I enter, coroner and chief expert went on me. Hey, what's up? We just found thousands of fingerprints here and there. Probably half of the city passed by that place. Well, even if they scan them all, probably they won't find much. Something about a method, I said. Can we find something about that? Not really. The little lady died just because of errors, omissions, trial and errors. Not much, poor practices, business as usual. Mm-hmm. Anything I should know on top of that? Not really. They were lost. So I went back to Jimmy Boy and said, look, Jimmy, it seems that they're not going to make it. It seems that we have to proceed my way, the old way. So just take a couple of friends, scan the area, and just bring the run-up usual suspect. Okay, he said. The little boy beamed at me. How about you, Chief? Well, have a couple of hours sleep to catch up, so I'll see you tomorrow in the police office. Morning after, when I went to police office, it looked like Jimmy Boy has done a good job. They were all there, angel faces, waiting for me in the jail room. Developer, production, business, management, and tester. The principle with my way is very simple and tricky as well. If you don't have any other evidence, you bring these angel faces together. Let them speak, let them elaborate anything. Think about why they are there, what is happening, what do we know, what don't we know. And then pick them one by one and push, hard or soft, depending on the relationship. Because one of them must be the guilty one. I hope this time I won't have to push too much. My wrists are still aching from last time. I grabbed myself a cup of that dark brown liquid they call coffee in that sort of places, and went for the first examination. The first guy who entered the room looked miserable. He was surely not the sharpest knife in the drawer. So I decided to start smooth. What's your opinion about a case? What do you think about a little lady who died? First answer, first lie, first mistake. Look at me, guy. I got your resume. I know that you've been an analyst for about 1.5 years after you left school. You're not even a tester. You're here in this company for 6 months. No certification, no nothing. How can you pretend to be a professional tester? I was looking for anything else but anger. Certified? What the hell? Certified management does not invest in us. Certification, what would you think? We're disposable, second-class citizen in here. Okay. The expert found a lot of hidden bugs on the victim. What can you tell about that? Oh, management pushed that hard, and probably because business wanted to ship. Damn business, never there when we need them. We called them 1,000 times just to get a double check, just to get an opinion about requirements, never there. And developers, Jesus Christ, developer delivering crap. So, of course it was due to fail. Oh, so that's the reason. That's because you're frustrated. You wanted to show off. You wanted to have your 15 minutes fame, right? And that's why you killed a little lady. Is that it? Oh, jeez. No. No, no, no. He was not proud of what he did before. He's done a lot of bad things in life. Covering asses, masking figures, making them look better. But killing the lady intentionally? No way. That's when he called for his lawyer, that I knew that he wasn't ready to go back to the jail room with the other ones and share a lot of it. I let him stay for a couple of minutes there. Time to exchange a little bit, share opinions, and then I called for a second examination. The second guy was of totally different kind. Self-satisfied, proud of himself, arrogant. Kind of cool cat that I need to brag immediately. So I started rough. Some say you delivered crap. What's your point about this? What can you tell? I was looking for anger or denial. But the guy agreed. Yeah, not that I'm proud about it, yes, but it's crap. It's true. That's what I did. Oh, so you're the murderer. That's you then? Then he tried to sidetrack me with, other kind of, false information. He named a certain Murphy with a kind of local sect, Triangle of Hell. I let him go. And then he explained, that's all about money, time, constraints. Does it ring a bell? He was taking me for a fool, so I had to tell him which side he was. Well, I'm on the right side, so you'd better tell me something about this case. Otherwise, I consider that you're the guilty one. Okay, give me a break, he said. Why don't you ask my friends from business or testing? Huh? Why should I? That was the first interesting information I was given. There was a lot of money involved. How big? That big? Yeah, big money. How about the tester? You mentioned the tester, and the tester mentioned you as well. Well, then I heard how they were working in this company. The principle was easy, because there was not enough money, not enough time, not enough resources, not enough whatever. These guys developed it like hell. And when they thought it was ready, even without testing it, they just threw it over the wall to the testing department and start running before the shit hits the fan. No doubt it was due to fail. I was feeling sick already. I just brought myself 2 pieces of cotton and the chewy stuff that they call a pastrami sandwich before calling for the 3rd examination. The guy who entered the room there was of a totally different kind again. Expensive suit, Gucci shoes, smelling like money. It would probably be difficult to destabilize such a guy. That's your obstination to ship that made the whole catastrophe happen. That's the reason why she died, right? The guy was truly shocked and angry. It was a nonsense. Did you realize how many features I had to drop, which I paid for? These guys from development, they promise you the moon, you pay for the whole galaxy, and you end up with a small asteroid. It's completely crazy. And production, production. Those guys said they had the necessary resources. Production? That was the first time I heard the name. What have they got to do with that? They couldn't restore. When we discovered something went wrong with the lady, they couldn't figure out why and how. It took them ages before they could react. And when they were just ready to react, it was already too late. And the little passed away. Then again, he tried to sidetrack me. Unless we've been hacked, he said, maybe the problem is not internal problem. Are you talking to me? Are you taking me for a fool? Of course your problem is internal problem. It has nothing to do with the outside world. There's absolutely no evidence that you've been hacked. The problem is inside. How about testing then? I asked. Testing? What testing? I don't know these guys. What testing? Well, these guys know you, and that's exactly what they blame you for. They asked you a couple of times about validation, double check, and you were never available according to them. What have you got to say? Oh yeah, these guys I remember now, but, well, I'm a business guy. I'm dealing with customers, I'm making money flow in the company. I have nothing to do with testing. Why the hell should I be involved? That's their job, not mine. When I stop with the requirements, my job is done. I'm a busy man, I must say. So I'll let the busy man spend a little bit more of his time, his precious time, with his colleagues in the jail room. And called for the fourth one. The guy from production, my fourth client, was again of a totally different kind. Dry, neat, clean. as black as a crow. So, you let a little one die without assistance. Is it the story? He was truly shocked, completely destabilized. Jeez, that guy was in love with the little one. But if it's your reason to live, if it's your true love, how the hell is it possible that you took so long before you could restore and help her? If it were mine, it would have been totally different. What happened? Just ask management, he said. It's their fault. Lack of necessary budget. Get the means and resources we're asking for. No way. You know, we have no added value. We're just supporting. We're just a service in there. Huh. And development, not delivering processes, no documentation, not following any procedure at all. The guy went on and on. All his colleagues were concerned. And testing, not caring, not monitoring, not exploitability testing. And of course it fell down like dominoes. Huh. You seem to be pretty stubborn on these processes, I've been told. Lies? No, you're lying to me. What are you hiding now? You'd better tell me. I heard that working atmosphere then was not very friendly. It was quite tense, actually. And the guy felt totally misunderstood. He was looking for stability, a system that is stable, that doesn't move, and all the rest of the company was willing changes. Changes everywhere, changes every time, here and there, like it were nothing. Like it would be no consequence. So that's why you enforce your rules, I said. No, that's because we are right. Oh, a fundamentalist. Fantastic. I then went for the fifth and last examination. Management. The guy was so arrogant, so proud of himself, that I had to destabilize him at start. So, how does it feel, guy, to have blood on your hands? Are you talking to me, he said, in some sort of De Niro style? Of course I'm talking to you. Who else in the room? He was proud of what he did. So proud that he did it for the company. Oh, for the company. How about your salary, guy? Oh, the price of fidelity and devotion. Right. And what is the price of the little one who died? Any idea? Well, it's not that bad anyway. What did they do wrong? They just cut off some investments here and there in production. They just reduced cost in testing. And on top of that, they asked for quick delivery and, of course, of quality. That's all. Everybody does, doesn't it? So, what's wrong? Everyone was aware, and they all said they would do their best. So what's the problem? What's the problem? How about the last regression test? Not even done in the last version. Well, only a part. He was so proud of himself. He called it creativity. He called it flexibility. Well, I wouldn't dare to say agile. They just optimized the stuff, testing 2 different lines of code separately. Okay, and how about the integration of, well, no time remaining for that. And anyway, they were tested, weren't they? Time is money. Business was pushing. For the first time, I saw the man behind. He was fearing for his job. The only rule in the company was never say no to business, whatever they ask. If they ask you to ship tomorrow, it will be shipped tomorrow, whatever the cost, whatever the quality. Otherwise, somebody else, somewhere else in the world, would do the job. He was fearing. So, that's the fault of business. That's all business' fault, right? They are the murderers, aren't they? Huh. He didn't know anymore. He was completely lost. Real cheaters are production, in his opinion. They said they were ready. They said it would be safe. And then look, what a mess. How much money has been thrown out. I left the police station with a terrible headache. It was no time to think of all that. I was sick and tired, but I still needed to find my culprit. Just got a couple of drinks so as to kill the headache. It works sometimes. And started to gather the information and process. Well, those geeks would call that mind map or something like that. I was forgetting something, but what? So I started with the classic approach, just looking for all the links. And the links are, who is accusing whom? Tester accusing business, management, and developer. Developer, tester, and business. Production, tester, management, developer. And business about all the rest. So, when it came to an end, it was some sort of spaghetti incident about a bowl of wool. Okay. Then I went to motivation. What can be held against them? Business? Urging to ship that fast? Not available when needed? Ever-changing mind? Or management? Cutting off cost and investments? Putting pressure everywhere with unreliable and unrealistic objectives? And fearing for his job? My sharpest knife, with a lack of experience, no technical idea of production tests, no communication, not assertive enough, a let-goer. My fundamentalist, Mr. Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood, with no good enough preparation, not willing to change at all and too focused on processes. Or my cool cat, delivering crap, no functionality, no documentation, no process delivered, and relying too much on his colleagues. Can I sort it out? I tried. I tried very hard, activating my little brain self and solved the tricky puzzle. It must be logical. There must be a logic in there. Maybe they were all guilty after all. Like in this case, in a train, long ago. I was even tempted to go for the outside man theory, but it wouldn't be fair at all. So, maybe I should stop pretending being someone else and maybe let the real professional make their own opinion and solve this case for me. And guess why, ladies and gentlemen? Real professional, I just face them right now. You are all ITers, one way or the other, involved in this. So you should better know, and surely better than me, who the culprit is in your own organization and in your own system. If you need help, well, that's a difficult choice indeed. And to be frank with you, I don't like the term culprit because nobody is guilty in this system, or everyone is. The real problem is to find the inefficiencies and work on them. And now, it's time to think about how you guys and girls are working every day, in your everyday life, professional life I mean, and just think what goes wrong, what should be improved, how can you help the other ones to solve the whole problem, the whole system. Your solution is right there. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I did to make it and to perform for you. Thank you. I think I'm pretty on time, right?
Any questions? No?
I have a question. Who is guilty?
So this is typical situation for almost every project and any organization. So yes, you described it exactly as it is, but what to do?
What to do is, well, indeed, that's the good question. That's working together. And as I said, as a kind of very small conclusion, but it's easy said and not easy to do, it's, yeah, going to the other ones and try to solve the problem together. For instance, one of the most difficult problem I see in the project I have the opportunity to do, or when my consultants are reporting me, is to just destroy the wall that is built between business and, well, whatever, developer or the IT side. And it's very strange phenomenon, because as soon as business has delivered some sort of requirements, they just do consider that it's none of their business anymore. They don't care. I told you what I need, and that's it. And they start building the wall. And unfortunately, the biggest problem is that IT is doing exactly the same, because they don't want business to have a look at what they're doing. That's our business. I don't want them to change their mind or have a look at this or that. So they build the other side of the wall. And once it's done, after a while, what is developed there is totally different from the expectation there. And when finally the stuff is thrown off the wall, oh, Jesus Christ, that's not what we expected, and how comes that we had to drop that many functionalities and so on and so forth. And this one is very, very difficult. In my opinion, but that's just a personal opinion, because I had the chance to work on one or two projects on that way, the tester should be the link between business and IT. It should be, you know, the kind of moderator or facilitator between these two universes. It should understand the business and make it work on the IT side, or help the developer understand on the IT side what business really mean. And this is involving testing much further in the process, like it is said in the V model, but it's there from '79 and still not implemented everywhere. So that's probably one of the tracks, but there are many tracks. Making developers and testers working together and not competing with each other is probably also one way to solve the problem. Other questions? Thanks again.